family, this is my first YouTube makeup tutorial. I'll be using the Makeup Geek's MannyMua eyeshadow palette. I'm not a licensed professional. This is just my way of doing my makeup, and I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or if you want to see any videos, just let me know also in the comments. I will list the products I used in the description bar. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. More to come. Thank you. So I'm going to start by taking 2 pieces of tape. I'm just using black electrical tape. I normally would be using regular Scotch tape, but this is all I had at the time. And I'm just going to place that on the outer corners of my eyes just to keep my lines crisp and to catch any eyeshadow fallout. Try to make them as even as possible because your eyeliner will come out crooked and funky looking if they are off. And I'll be going in with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot for my eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to be taking a regular off-brand fluffy brush, and I'm going to put that primer all over my lid. You really don't even need a brush. You could use your fingers if you wanted, or any other brush that you feel comfortable using. I'll be using the Manny Mua Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. This is my favorite palette right now. The colors are so beautiful and they're really pigmented. Again, using another off-brand eyeshadow brush. With the color Frappe, I'll be using as my transition color. I'm just going to be placing that in my crease, doing windshield wiper motions back and forth until I get the intensity that I want. Next, I'm going in with the Morphe B43 brush with the color Sora. And I'm just focusing more on the outer corners, but also in the crease right on top of that Frappe color, just to build up the intensity. I'll be taking the Morphe M222 brush with the color Mars. And I'm just going to be focusing that color mostly on the outer V corner. I will sweep any extra color into my crease. And you see me applying multiple layers. I'm just trying to make that color really pop. Next, I'll be taking the color Aphrodite, which is like a chocolate brown color, and I'm using one of the Urban Decay Naked palette brushes, and I'm just going to put that solely on the outer corners. Now I'm just taking that fluffy brush that I had before with no extra pigment, and I am just going to blend out any harsh lines. Next, I'll be taking the color Insomnia with the Morphe G26 brush. I did spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just to give it more of a foiled look. This color is very intense and very foiled already, but I just love it so much I really wanted it to pop. It's kind of like a bluish brown pigment. I'm just focusing that color all over my lid, mostly in the center. And I'm just going back in with a little bit more of that Aphrodite color. And again, blending out any harsh lines. Next, I'm going in with the color Armentis. And I'm just going to place that on my brow bone. Here I'm just speeding through my other eye just because it's all the same stuff as before. You've gone so long before I wake up. Took a letter in the bag that I keep on the makeup. Pillows, you cause all my tear stains on. I'ma get another one of these days, so take them. That pie my neighbors would bang on. Crumbs on the blanket I lay on. Black on the soles of my feet, don't act like you didn't know what I mean. Rinse out the cup in the morning. Pins in my bun that annoy me. I like the rules of private. One more party and I kill it. And my feet don't act like you didn't know what I mean. Rinse off the cup in the morning. Pins in my bun that annoy me. I let the rules private. One more party and I kill it. You take a walk and don't knock. I miss you. Walk off and change my locks. I miss you. Don't call your numbers on phone. I miss you. Cause I won't even miss you. I'll fuck it up in my car. I miss you. Waves rising cold and I Next, I'm going in with my Tarte Clay Pot eyeliner in black. And I will be using my MAC 208 brush. It's an angled eyeliner brush. And I just use the tape as a guideline for my winged liner. I promise you guys this tape does not hurt as bad as it looks. I'm just gonna go in and fill in anything that I missed and making sure everything's even. Next, I'll be using my KoKo Goddess eyelashes. These are my favorite lashes. They're super thick, very wispy. And they're reusable. I've had this same pair probably for about a month, and I interchange them, but they last a really long time as long as you take care of them. Next, I'm going in with my Porefessional primer from Benefit. I'm just going to put that all over my face. Now I'll be taking my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the color Vanilla. And I'll be using my Morphe M439 brush. This is my go-to brush for liquid foundation. It really packs it on and picks up any excess that makes your face look too cakey. And I just love how big it is. It just gets all around. Next, I'll be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Warm. I'm just going to be taking that and putting it on my bags, I guess, under my eyes, going outwards, making large triangle shapes. Always go at least one shade lighter than your normal skin tone. It's really going to help brighten up your face and lift your cheekbones. I also like to go on the bridge of my nose, the middle of my forehead, my chin, and my Cupid's bow, which is right above my lips. And next I'll be taking my damp Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I just spray that with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna blend out my concealer. I go mostly in upwards motions on the cheekbones just to give it more of a lift. Now I'll be taking the Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to bake right where I set my concealer. And this is going to make it look nice and smooth. And I'm going to be using my Morphe E3 powder brush to place that. You just want to place that everywhere you apply your concealer. Normally when I would be baking, I would do my eyebrows, but I did do them before I started filming. So instead I'm just gonna take my Marc Jacobs eyeliner and I'm gonna line my waterline. Next, I'm going to be taking my Morphe M432 brush. It's just a flat eyeshadow brush for, I guess, your waterline. And I'm just going to go in with Aphrodite. That's the chocolate brown color, and I'm just going to take that on the outer corners. Next, I'm going to be taking the color Artemis with that same Morphe M432 brush, and I'm going to put that on the inner corners just to give my eyes a little bit of a pop. And I'm going back in with my Morphe E3 brush, and I'm just going to wipe away that excess powder. I like to take some of it and blend it into the rest of my face where I place my foundation, just to give it a little bit more of a airbrushed effect. I'll be using the Rimmel Lash Accelerator on my lower lashes. I literally only use this mascara for my lower lashes. It's the perfect size, perfect shape brush. I'm just going to move it back and forth just to make sure I get every lash. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion Bronzer. And I'm using my Nars Ita brush, and I'm just going to go in and carve out my cheekbones. I like to start from the top of my ear and go inwards to the corner of my mouth. Next, I'll be taking my Morphe M141 brush, and I'm just going to be putting a little bit of bronzer on that and kind of putting it on my temples. I'm also going to be buffing out any harsh lines from the bronzer. Going back in with the Nars Ita brush, I'm going on the sides of my nose just to make it a little bit more straight looking, and then around my jawbone and the rest of my face just to make everything look a little bit more even. Next, I'm going in with the Nars blush in the color Deep Throat. I'll be using my Morphe M523 brush, and I'm going to be placing that color right over my contour. I don't really like going on the apples of my cheeks because I have high cheekbones. Next, I'll be taking the Morphe E6 brush, and I'm going to be blending and buffing any harsh lines. Next, I'll be taking my MAC Soft&Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish Highlighting Powder. And I'll be using my Morphe M501 brush. I'm just going to be placing that right on the top of my cheekbones. I also put a little bit on the tip of my nose and right on my top lip. It makes your lips look a little bit fuller. And then going back in with the Morphe E6 brush just to blend it. Next, I'm using the ColourPop Lippie pencil in the color Skimpy. Now I'm using the MAC Satin Lipstick in the color Snob. Last but not least, I'm using the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray that all over my face to set my makeup. And here is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below. And more content to come. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.